So Kevin, a bit of a tough evening for us today. Disappointing result, losing 3-1 at home to Potters Bar Town. Many positives to take that performance. What do you reflect on it after watching that 90 minutes?
You're right in the sense of, you said it's a tough evening. It's been a tough week, right? So never too high, never too low. Look, we've not changed an awful lot in the sense of sort of the tactical way that we've approached games and what we're trying to do. But if the execution's not there as a collective group, then all the tactics in the world and the style of play and the philosophy just doesn't really have impact. And it didn't this evening. So players that have been doing well, below par performances, and then if you have too many of those and the opposition are at it, then the game sort of swings one way, and I felt it did this evening.
I mean, leading up to their first goal, fair enough to the lad who scored for Potters Bar. Their first one was a good strike, but it seemed like there was a lot of backing off and allowing him the space in which to fashion that shot. Do you feel? I mean, you spoke about the issues that you highlighted. Did you feel perhaps there was a little bit of a hangover maybe from that Canvey Island, like that? How as heartbreaking, I suppose, the defeat as that was, as late as it was.
I think it's difficult to sort of psycho-analyse the players, if you like, and obviously we was hoping for a response and that we would use the frustration of Saturday this evening. But it doesn't appear to be the case. So, like I say, look, we're doing this interview fresh after the game, so we need a little bit of time to reflect as a management team and plan moving forward. We feel that we've been quite patient with many of the players. But look, as I always say, we're not going to advocate responsibility. As a management team, it's not been good enough this past week. So we need to think about what we can put in place on Thursday to improve the performance for Saturday. Because yes, Saturday was frustrating and potentially we deserved something more out of the game on Saturday. This evening, I don't think we did. I thought they were better. And they're on a bad run of form, right? And haven't scored a goal for a few games and bits and pieces like that. But they look better than we did this evening, and they look better individually, collectively. Their management team were better than our management team this evening. The one thing that weren't better was the fans. Our fans were better than theirs and are, but they deserve a little bit more. The fans. So yeah, back to the drawing board on a few bits.
I suppose your game plan wasn't helped by losing Rory early on in the first half to the injury that he picked up. Then I suppose you're going to get injuries in games and football, like a sport like this. Was it a little bit frustrating that maybe, considering how brightly we have started? I mean, the point I'm trying to make is, I suppose, that regardless of win, draw, loss, whatever the result, we've always had, been knocking on the door at times. It seemed that maybe either that wasn't there, maybe the players were a little bit frustrated, or it just maybe it wasn't even clicking as excuse me, as it normally did. Is that something that you sort of recognised from the touchline?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that's a fair comment. There wasn't sort of the fluidity in our play, if you like. Look, we still created some chances over the course of the game and didn't convert those chances. You convert those chances, maybe it looks slightly different. But even coming in at 1-1 at half time, it was the same message to the players as it would have been if we were losing or winning, because the performance in the first half wasn't great. Ironically, it was slightly better at parts in the second half, but too little, too late, really. Sometimes it's easy to play when you're losing. You feel the game's done, because almost feels like less pressure because you can only gain. But the bravery when it's 0-0 maybe or 1-0 to go out and really impose yourself in a performance that shows real character.
Obviously, to finish, a quick turnaround again. Horsham at home, very strong team as they proved in the reverse fixture early in the season. Obviously, it won't be helped by the matters of losing Mason and Jordan to suspension. I suppose you're looking for the players to put a performance like this behind them as quickly as possible. Would you want them to recognise, the performance today and use that as a motivation, as a stone? We can't do that again, kind of thing.
Not so much as a motivation. I want it to be a learning curve. I want us to dissect it and understand where things went wrong and where individual players in their performances could have been better, where our information to them and understanding, because I suppose when you come in and you set a way of playing to the players and then the results and the performances are okay, there's maybe a naive assumption from us that players understand and can execute what's being asked. But they didn't today, so maybe there is a slight lack of understanding that we need to sort of educate and work with them, and also that sort of collective understanding, the team spirit side of stuff, regardless of tactics and all those sort of bits and pieces, that collaboration. But I still feel that they're honest lads. Okay, if I didn't think they was honest, if I didn't think it bothered them or hurt them, then I wouldn't be working with them. I think the majority of them are very honest. But yeah, look, we go again, right? And whilst there's still games to play and points to play for, and opportunities for us to improve our position, then we'll work tirelessly towards that.